What's so funny, TSM?
Yeah, tune in with April Showers on YouTube. Hey, talk about it, be about it. Tune in with April Showers. Hit that like, that share, subscribe. Then let's make Miss April ours. Talk about it, be about it. Tune in with April Showers. Hit that like, that share, subscribe. Then let's make Miss April ours. Talk about it, be about it. Tune in with April Showers. Hit that like, that share, subscribe. Then let's make Miss April ours. Talk about it, be about it. Tune in with April Showers. Hit that like, that share, subscribe. And let's make Miss April ours. You know that she in the better, that she in the better thing. She do a little bit of everything. You know that she in the better, that she in the better thing. She do a little bit of everything.
Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, here I'm broadcasting from Joliet, Illinois. It is cold here. It's in its 30s. And I am fighting a cold at the time. This is the time I want to move south. Well, I will be moving south in a few more years. This cold weather not going to kill me. Hey, anointed prayers. Yeah, usually I'm not even up this early. I've been up early for 2 mornings in a row. It is with great sadness that overnight there was a mass shooting in Raleigh, North Carolina. 5 people were dead and at least 2 wounded. And the sad thing about this is that the suspect is 15 years old. Younger and younger. Mental health is real. I mean, mental illness is real. And parents got to start facing the fact that some of these kids got problems. Better start listening when people are telling you stuff about your kids. I can understand being terrorized by a child. It's not the guns. Guns are not the problems. Guns have been around since the beginning of time. Okay, Big Tim, and I am so sorry, my brother. You know, they took your channel. Uh, hey, they took your channel. I can't even say it's a racial thing anymore. You're white. Thought you would like that joke. It's a joke. But freedom of speech isn't freedom of speech anymore. So again, guns are not the problem. Well, they blame it on video games as well. But I've been coming up, we watch John, Tom, and Jerry, and I looked at kids being, I mean, not kids, cartoon characters being thrown off cliffs, but again, guns are not the problems. It is the users, and I can agree that the video games can mess up a child's mind if that's all they do is sit in front of a TV and play a video game all day and all night. That can enter their spirit. So, yes, I can say video games are somewhat responsible as well. Get these kids outside, get them to exercising, get them to doing some chores, be a parent. But then again, you can be the world's greatest parent, and your kids can still disappoint you or turn out to be a bad seed. It's not your fault, parents. If you've done the best that you can do to raise your child, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. But according to CNN, a juvenile suspect has been taken into custody after 5 people were killed and at least 2 others were wounded in a mass shooting Thursday in Raleigh, North Carolina, where officials say the nightmare of gun violence has shaken the community. One of the victims killed was an off-duty Raleigh police officer. A surviving victim is hospitalized in critical condition. Raleigh police spokesperson Lieutenant Jason Bernil said during a news conference Thursday night, a responding officer was released from the hospital after being treated for injuries. Details on the victims who were killed was not released Thursday night, not early AM, and not as of yet. That's why I was waiting to do this, do my show. I thought they would have released the victim's name. Before this kid was caught, they identified him as a white juvenile male, and since this kid is 15 years old, we will not have any information about him since he is a juvenile. And, here it is again. What do we do? How can we fix it? So many elements. But again, guns are not the problem. It's the people using the guns. Also, video games. These teenagers and kids watching video games all day long can mess up these kids' minds. And again, parents can be great parents, but sometimes, it is what it is. So don't beat yourself up about how your kids might turn out. Everyone, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Again, it is cold here. If you hear like a noise in the background, that is my heat going off. I have my apartment at a nice 80 degrees now. I woke up, I was cold. I had 2 blankets, and I have a terrible cold. And let's not forget Georgia girl. Get some prayings for her. She has the flu. Um, I have not taken the flu shot, and I won't be taking the flu shot. I received a flu shot probably about 25 years ago, and I was so deadly sick from that flu shot that I'll never take another flu shot again. So good morning, Patty's Southern Kitchen and more. What you gonna whip up this weekend? Wellness with Frugal Mom High. I was in there trying to do some exercise. Um, you gave a great affirmation, um, and a great show. And I'm saying this only as a joke after we couldn't hear you for about 10 minutes, but we still stayed in the show. But it's funny. Can everybody hear me? I guess we should all do microphone checks before our shows. Again, I've been ill and I've been up. I am not a morning person. My body is all off whack now. Anointed prayers. Thank you for coming in. Patty, what you cooking up this weekend? Big Tim, that's nice. Um, how many children do you have? Hello, Miss Tamika Davis. Yeah. And so, again, I think what has me a little worried is these shooters. Now, this was a 15-year-old kid, so that's a lot to be concerned about. Younger and younger. Hey, Just V. Hey, Oldham's Homestead. Now, check this out, y'all. To make matters worse, there's a teacher here in Chicago, well, East Chicago, Indiana, which is on the borderline. I mean, you literally walk across the street and you're in East Chicago, Indiana. There was a teacher that had a hit list out on students she wants to kill. Did you hear me? A teacher had a hit list on students that she wanted to kill. Incredible. Not make them write their names on the chalkboard 200 times. Not make them stay in the classroom during recess. Not to just flunk the kids. But this teacher actually had a hit list. Again, mental illness is alive and is real. And unfortunately, you don't know that these people have mental illness until something like this happens. But according to ABC, Chicago Channel 7 News, police said a teacher is in custody after allegedly telling a student she had a kill list for other students and staff at her school. Police said officers were called to St. Stanislaus School at 4930 Indianapolis Boulevard at about 5 p.m. Wednesday. There, the principal and assistant principal told them a student told their counselor that their fifth grade teacher made comments to them about killing herself, students, and staff at the school. Police said the teacher told the student she had a list and that the student was at the bottom of the list. Lord have mercy. The student, Portia Jones, said she was worried, scared. She said she wanted to choke us and she wanted to kill herself. They really need to work on this one because there is something serious, said the father. Well, unfortunately, we do not know how many people are walking around suffering from mental illness. Some family don't want to face the fact. Then people can hide mental illness very well. But a lot of the parents are upset because they did not arrest the teacher at that time. They did take the teacher to the hospital because certainly if she wanted to kill herself, students and other staff, this woman is mentally ill. And again, mental illness, most people can hide it. And so they were offering counseling for the students yesterday, and there will be no classes held today. The letter that they sent to the parents said, "Dear parents, I understand you may be hearing misinformation regarding an incident that took place at St. Stanislaus yesterday. I want to reassure you that at all times, students were safe and school continued as normal while we addressed the situation. We were informed of a concerning report from a student regarding comments made by the student's teacher. The teacher was immediately removed from the classroom and detained while we investigated the incident. After students were safely dismissed, the teacher was escorted off the campus and we notified police. When asked, the police assured us that our facility was safe and that we could proceed with all scheduled learning and school events. We asked if, out of an abundance of caution, it would be advisable to have police in the building, and we were further assured that there was no need. Your student safety and well-being are our greatest concern. When asked again today, the East Chicago Police Department restated that we should proceed with regularly scheduled classes because we are concerned for the safety and emotional well-being of all of our students. We are moving to an e-learning day for Friday, October 14th. The school counselor will be available for anyone who may wish to talk about this unfortunate incident. God bless you all. Principal Foy. Well, I'm going to tell you like this. If it was my kid, you know, they would have had to bought in the dogs. They would have to bring in the bomb unit, because certainly if she was crazy enough to say that she wanted to kill herself, the students, and staff, I think all precautionary measures should have been taken, and my child could not enter that school until it had been searched for bombs and weapons, and that's my opinion. So we have a 15-year-old kid that did a mass shooting in Raleigh, North Carolina. We're going to keep the families in Raleigh, North Carolina, the whole community in prayer, because I'm pretty sure it's shocking to hear that a 15-year-old kid has wounded 5 people and 1 was dead. And then we're going to keep East Chicago, Indiana. We want to keep that community uplifted. We want to keep the students uplifted. But my God, how much more can these kids take? You know, they have to go to school and be bullied. Now they got to worry about if their teachers are going to kill them. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Um, yeah, this is, it's some bad news. My advice to people is to, whatever higher power you believe in, we got to ask for interceding on their behalf. Light shall overcome darkness. So we want to keep those places uplifted. And so I started this Standing in the Gap program about a couple of months ago. And I had gotten away from it. Well, I didn't get away from it. I just said I would wait a while. So I did a Standing in the Gap yesterday morning, and now I'm doing one again this morning. And there are a lot of great YouTube content creators on here. We're going to try to talk Just V into doing her channel because she wants to talk about skin care. But these are channels that I'm recommending. They are drama free. People are stating their opinions. It's free to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. There is enough money on YouTube to go around for everyone. And so let's help these people that are trying to get their voices heard. So I'm just going to go through this list for today. And if I forgot you, there will be another list because I'm subscribed to over 1,500 channels. There are a lot of content creators that are doing positive things. We all need a little motivation now. We are living in times of high inflation rates where grocery prices have doubled, gas prices have almost doubled as well. People are trying to survive. We're coming off COVID-19, where a lot of people lost jobs. And so everyone can use some uplifting and motivation. So I'm going to just go through this list real fast, and then I'm going to head over to Miss T with the T. If you check out Miss T with the T every morning, you can go over there and you can find some nice subscribers. and you can get people to subscribe to your channel, and they will return the favor. Tell them April Showers sent you. And so let me start with this list. And we're going to keep Big Tim encouraged. Even though YouTube took one of his channels, life does go on. And again, whether we like it or not, YouTube does have rules and regulations. Do not ask me how they come up with these rules and regulations, because I've seen people on here that have done a lot of foul stuff and they still have channels. So, you know, unfortunately, it is what it is. I can't change the YouTube rules. There are certain words YouTube does not want you to use. I don't know. It seemed like these new people, they done became so sensitive. So sensitive now. Like, what's really going on? And again, you can go check out yesterday's show. And again, like I said, if I forgot you, I'm sorry. Charge it to my head, not my heart. I do share everybody's shows that come up in my notification box, because when I subscribe, like, and share, when I subscribe to that channel on that notification, I ask for all notifications. But please be advised, for some reason, a lot of times we do not receive notifications. And last night I went into two shows and they were playing Family Feud, and it was nice. Um, it was really nice. Did anyone grow up playing board games? Um, I know we had Monopoly when we was growing up, and Monopoly is still around. Unbiased LLC yesterday showed people how to embroidery their names on a hat yesterday. That was interesting. And so again, like I said, If your name didn't make the list, please don't take it personal. I'm subscribed to over 1,500 channels, and it's not personal. Because trust and believe, I want us all to make it. Now, Anointed Prayer says since 2020, very few subscribers are notified with the notification bell. Wow. Well, YouTube, they gonna have to step up their game because TikTok is taking over. I like some of the TikTok videos, and some of them, they're okay, but it's not a big thing for me. But, everybody has a thing. So I can't take that from them. And then it's not long enough for me. I've got some people, they have been sitting there, they might have been listening to someone give them motivation. And how long are the TikTok videos? Maybe 2 minutes. No, that's not my cup of tea. But to those that love TikTok, that's great. I like a lot of the dance challenges that they do. And that's about it for me. Because when they have people sitting there listening to other people talk, I'm still waiting for more. We have a cold freeze here in Illinois. So I'm under 2 blankets. The heater is going. After I do this show, I'm going to take some cold medicine, go sleep like a baby for a couple of hours, and then wake up and see what else is going on in the world. Also, yesterday, I was nodding on and off, and I was watching the hearings from when the Capitol was attacked. And so they are going to subpoena Donald Trump. But I can say this, and Trump is all right with me, but that Capitol attack, that was some scary stuff. That was scary. It was very scary. Very scary. And to think they made it that close to the vice president was scary. It was just watching it and listening to the people on the phone calling for help made me look at this thing. Well, I thought it was bad, but to hear how people were calling for help And so they have subpoenaed Trump. And again, like I said, I like Trump. For my own reasons. But now I gotta look at him like, whoa, 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 whoa. Now hold on. These folks went into that Capitol. Now I don't know. Um, People held on to Donald Trump's words. They really believed that the election was stolen. And so you had grown adults that believed his every word. And as a result of believing his words, this is what happened. The Capitol was attacked. So, regardless of how I feel about him, I still have to look at the situation. Hey, Oldham's Homestead. And I've got to remember that even though he's not responsible for grown adults and their actions, but again, mental illness is on the rise. And people believed him when they said the election was stolen. And as a result of that, they attacked the Capitol. The holidays are coming. I'm going to tell you, I don't know what it is. It seems like as I get older, time is really flying now. It's really flying. So I just wanted to come on here this morning because I've got to take a lot of these overlays off to add new ones. So I want to get the old so I can add more YouTubers. Everyone that like and subscribe button. Chef Hit Dice. You are awesome. Anointed Prayers. You are awesome. Patty's Southern Kitchen. You are awesome. Just Be. You are awesome. Big Tim. You are awesome. Jazz Spain. You are awesome. And again, I'm going to say this again. It is free. Oldham's Homestead, you are awesome. Everyone that enters my show, you are awesome. To take the time to listen to little old me, April Showers. And I appreciate you. Hey, Rockin'. Yeah, Rockin'. I went over, we had a mass shooting in Raleigh, North Carolina. And unfortunately, the kid was 15 years old. And in East Chicago, Indiana, they had a teacher that had a hit list to kill students and staff and herself. But this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I'm not getting ready to let this darkness that other people carry, I'm not going to be moved by anybody. So, like I said, this was just a quick show. It's cold here. I have my heat blasting. Keep Georgia girl uplifted because she has a bad case of the flu. Uh, and they do recommend taking the flu shot, but I have not taken a flu shot in close to 20 years because I became deadly sick. But that does not mean that I won't tell you to take the flu shot because everything, every, you know, everything has something. So, no matter what you take, there are side effects. But I know I wasn't going to take the chance of getting that deadly sick after taking a flu shot again. Um, I'm going to start a challenge um, next year, and I'm going to have some of the people that I know come in and tell us what new laws will be taking effect in their states for the year of 2023. Also, this is an election year for governors and other offices. And what I did learn from having Mr. Williams on our show is that we do have to start holding our local elected officials accountable. When we vote on these people to get in office, we need to keep our foots. Well, I shouldn't say keep their foot on the neck, because see, now I got to think about George Floyd. These elected officials, we got to stay on them. We got to stay on them. We got to make sure they deliver these promises that they gave us to get elected. Okay. It figured you would have gotten a flu shot. I guess you taken the shingle shot too? Yes, rocking with the truth. City council, state representatives, and the governors are where we should start. See, if we show show these people that we're on them. I got so disgusted here in the city of Joliet because we had a mayor that attacked two black people at a protest, and he was not removed from office. The city council, they didn't vote to have this guy removed. Um, Joliet is a suburb of Chicago, and we have just as many problems as Chicago has with corrupt politicians, people not standing up for what's right. You only see them once or twice a year. Some of these city councilmen that have been elected to represent the communities, you see them twice a year. That's in the summertime. They might have a summer fest or sponsor a summer fest. And then you see them at Thanksgiving time handing out turkeys. And so the current administration that we have here in Joliet, I am not pleased. Yeah, I am not pleased. But I need to really get back going down there to the city council meetings and hold these people accountable. Well, we done got out and voted for you. Do you guys think they will arrest Donald Trump? Do you think anything will come about all of this? Because I'm going to tell you, I missed General Hospital yesterday, and I wasn't too happy about missing my soap opera. But I decided to sit down and watch. And that was bad. That was bad what they did on that Capitol. That was awful. Those people were terrified for their life. Nobody should have never gotten that close to Pence. He might be a Republican, but he is still a human being. And these are officials for this United States of America. Now, and at the same time, I can say if those were black people that was scaling the wall, they would have shot them down. But thank goodness it wasn't. So we don't even have to be talking about that today. But yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. Listening to these people make phone calls, pleading like, you know, they're attacking us. They're attacking us. Okay, rocking with the truth says ask Biden about the stats for shootings and killings in Wilmington, Delaware. I'm ashamed for our youth that are running wild. The adults have to really step up and get control of their children. Yeah, Yes, like I said, until these kids become 17 or 18, you as the parent, you're responsible to keep them out of trouble and teach them some values. But once they reach a certain age, they are going to do what they are going to do. Yes, just be Keller's, her man, Mr. Keller, she talked him into getting a flu shot and he got sick. And I would be mad at you too. Oh my goodness, you want Trump to fall off the earth. You know, a lot of people are saying that about Kanye. You know, Kanye might be a little cuckoo, he might be off his meds, but Kanye spoke the truth. Nobody talks about the good speaking points that he made. We just all want to say he was off his meds. Kanye was spotted in Chicago yesterday eating soul food at a soul food restaurant. Kanye is always in and out of Chicago. But now, since he is the hot news, they report it now. Kanye comes to Chicago, believe it or not, at least two two times a month. He always comes back to Chicago. So everybody have a great day. Well, um, what was that show that Trump had? What was it? The Apprentice? Wasn't it called The Apprentice? I really liked that show. And I thought Trump was a fair guy on that show. Yeah, Kanye lost his mom and lost his mind. The K Clan took him to a sunken place. Girl, you know what I'm upset about is it's their world. And this is shame. Like they can call us the N word. We got the Karens. And the minute you make one comment about them, you know, the cancel culture. They want to cancel everybody. Well, if that's the case, everybody should be canceled. Because everybody done said something about another race. We just ain't heard about it. And it just goes to show me that you know, they done let excuse excuse me. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. I gotta go call my uncle. Somebody gonna have to bring me some hot toddy over here. I think now that we have black people that are billionaires, and this is my personal opinion, because we do have black people that are billionaires now, and Kanye has made it to that status that they had to say, we got to get that boy now because now they're becoming billionaires, and we cannot have these people sitting up here talking about the gay people. We just cannot have this. You know, we got to still put them back in their place where you got the bank. Chase J.P. Morgan said they don't even want his money. I ain't never heard of a bank not ever wanting money in their banks. So, you know, they are letting. Well, this is what I'm saying, Rocket. It must be written somewhere that you can't talk about Jewish people. But they continue to talk about us and abuse us. I call bullshit. What about freedom of speech? This is what I'm saying. And everybody's saying Kanye done lost his mind because he spoke the truth. He has the right to say. Now we know Kanye, you know, he lost his mom. He hasn't been the same. But if you really listen to that interview, man, he gave out some gems. But since we got some billionaires now, Rocker, you know, they had to bring these people back to earth. We don't care if you are billionaires. You still ain't gonna talk about us, but we can do y'all any kind of way we want to. So anybody that's talking about Kanye, shame on you. Shame on you. Kanye has given a whole lot of money to people in Chicago, to poor people. He has freely opened his pocketbook. And if you look at it, most of us need therapy, healing of some kind. Unfortunately, when there is a death of your mom, I know I am still saddened, a hole in my heart. You know, unfortunately, you know, he got with those other other people, you know, at that time, you know, they showed him love when we talked about him like a dog. And that's who he ended up with. Cause you know, we quick to say, oh, they crazy, they clowns, we ain't fooling with them. But he's a billionaire, so he's smart somewhere. So yeah, rocking with the truth said, let's call A spade, a spade. The Jewish people controlled the money. They were paid. The Asian community got paid, and we are still waiting on nothing. Right? You know, we're saying we want Kanye to disappear. He's a clown, but we really should be behind him because this is BS to what they're doing to him. It's BS. It's BS the way they are doing him and the way they want to cancel him. That's just my opinion. You know, here again, we got, yeah. Well, Just B, he does get his, he does get his shit together. When he was down there in Paris for that fashion week, that fashion show, he put, they modeled all of his fashions. He wanted to sell his merchandise for $20. That included glasses, um, $20 for glasses. Like he wanted to have yay every piece of item that they sold only be priced at $20, making it affordable for everyone. He was not a selfish person that was saying, "Oh, my gym shoes got to sell for $150, and I got to have people killing themselves to have my clothes." And then he wore the White Lives Matter. He does have kids by a white lady, and he was mocking Black Lives Matter, an organization that stole money that was intended to help us. I mean, I wish they would be canceling this woman the way they are canceling Ye, that took all the money that went for Black Lives Matters and she gave them to the alphabet community, bought a house, bought all kind of properties. You know, this was the biggest organization since the NAACP that had a lot of money to do a lot of things for the black community, yet they did nothing. Tamir Rice's mother, other people had been making complaints about Black Lives Matter and what they didn't do for the communities starting in 2017. Yep, he might have sold $500 shirts and I ain't bought one, but I might have bought a $20 shirt. Black Lives Matter, what message? The only message I can see is that um, people was deceived. There were chapters, supposed to have been chapters in every city. And since the money was all stolen, they could not have festivals, back to school specials, hand out book bags, clothing, uh, maybe gave each kid $100 gift card to buy $20 yay items. Yeah, yeah, but didn't a Jewish man he yeah, he started Black Lives Matter. He started it and handed it over to our people, and look at what they did. Good morning, Chuck. But like I said, nobody's talking about canceling this lady. Nobody's saying go arrest her. Nobody's saying, evict her from that house. Nobody's not saying go sell them properties that she bought. Nobody's saying go get that money back from the alphabet community that she donated $20 million to. Nobody is saying this. So she can get away for stealing because $900 million was raised. So she can get away with all of this and nobody says anything. Nah, uh-uh. Nope. So basically, they showed us when this guy handed Black Lives Matter over to a black woman, she stole the money for her own personal gain and gave money to the alphabet community. But Kanye, what's the joke? Okay. But we want to cancel Kanye. All right. I'm just, I just need this to make sense. Thank you, Rockin'. Where our checks at? Right. Because I know people that have wrote the organization and they wanted to help them out with the fun fest here in town. A summer fest, back to school specials. And they have no money. So what the people who has the money and run the world, they done spanked Kanye's butt and said, we don't care if you are a billionaire, you can't say nothing about us. They gotta put us back in our place. That's the way I feel about the whole situation with him. They say, Kanye, you're supposed to be like Oprah Winfrey. Can't talk about us. You're supposed to be like Tyler Perry. You can't talk about us. So they've smacked Kanye. Let black folks know. Still can't talk about them. So I'm getting ready to take me some more cold medicine and go to sleep. But I just wanted to finish that standing. Wait a minute, Chuck, you said the city council, mayors, and aldermen has the money. It's a political stunt. Well, I hope so. Yeah. If he's running, would anybody vote for Kanye? Hey, Ruthie's this, that, and family. Hey, Reese. Yeah. Would anybody vote for him? If he was to run for office, would any of you guys vote for Kanye? I mean, he's no different from most people in America that suffer from mental illness, lose their mothers, lose their minds. But but with all that being said, he's still a billionaire. Would you vote for him? Who would vote for Kanye? I would. And that's why they gonna bring him down because they scared. They think Kanye might, just might get in there. Chuck, it's so cold over here. Is it cold over there in your part of Illinois? So I'm gonna get on out of here. I just wanted to finish that other standing in the gap and talk about the mass shooting. Um, we had a 15-year-old kid. Okay. Rockin', you said no because he hasn't stated what he would do for our communities. We have to go to the table with what has been needed for years, and his focus appears to be on the here and now. Well, yeah, I would like to see programs come back into the communities, trade schools come back to the communities. But everybody, I'm going ready to take some cold medicine and fight off this cold and get some rest. And everybody, have a great day. Remember, everyone is awesome. Miss T with the T. Um, She is live. Go over there. Check out Reese from Philly. Check out Miss Ruthie, Anointed Prayers. Check out everybody that came into this chat. And let's help everyone reach their goals on YouTube. And this is April Showers, and I'm out.